Mr. Speaker, I have the great opportunity to come from a community that in large part has been built by immigrants. I am the son of refugees to this great country. And here's what we know. We know that immigrants add to America's way of life. They create more opportunity for all. They make our country better. They make American citizens richer. Here's what we know. We know that in the next 10 years, if we find a pathway for legalization, over $100 billion of additional capital will be added to our country. What we know is in the next 20 years, that will be over $870 billion. In fact, what we know is that they will almost provide $1 trillion of economic growth over the next 20 years. It's important to understand that immigrants bolster our country, make our country better, and they add to it. You know, I lived in South Florida during very tough times for immigrants. I remember as a young man seeing bumper stickers on the back of cars that said, "With the last immigrant with the last American leaving Miami, please bring the flag." What I know is that the flag still flies high in Miami. It is a leading beacon for work and opportunity in our country because people didn't give up on the dream of our country. They continue to work and they continue to make a difference. And that is exactly what we have to understand, is that immigrants bolster our country. They bolster America's private sector by consuming more goods, more services, providing increased income. All this in turn creates more jobs and greater income for all Americans. What we know is that by 2022, over 820,000 more workers will be created because of the need. $321 billion of increased income for all Americans. The GDP increases by $568 billion if all non-citizens, undocumented and those are legal residents in the country, were to be legalized. This is a boon for our country. It creates opportunity. It makes for a better America. You know, I thank the gentleman from Los Angeles for doing this, the gentleman from California for doing this, because, of course, what he's doing is trying to save this country to make it better. You know, there has never been a great country, a great nation in the history of the world that was shedding citizens. In fact, all great countries welcome opportunity. They welcome those who come to provide. We need a comprehensive immigration system, not only because we need more workers, but we need the intellectual capital that they bring. We need that drive, that vigor that they add to our country. And the fight for comprehensive immigration reform is one that makes all Americans better, makes our country richer, and makes opportunity for all the creed and the motto that lives in our country. So, again, I want to thank the gentleman from California for his efforts. I know he's one of many in the House. And what we do know is that if a bill came to this floor, it would have majority support. The Senate passed it, and this House could pass it if the leadership would allow it to get to the floor. More than enough of the members of this chamber understand the benefits of immigration, understand that it is necessary for our country's greatness, and understand that it is what we will do inevitably. Let's do it now. Let's do it right. Let's get it done. Thank you, Mr. Cardenas, and I yield back.